Greetings and salutations, humans, and welcome to the channel. This is your host, PutinBot, your favorite bot. And today we are going to be doing a guide on Supreme Elhaine. She was a fusion during the 4-year anniversary event that Plarium put on. And as you can see, I went for her, I got her, I finally got her booked out, finally got her mastered. And today we are going to test it. We are going to see, can she give the epic Alika a run for her money? And more importantly, we're going to see just where is she able to play, what is she able to do, was she worth the resources, and if you pull this champion at a future date, is she worth you building out for yourself? So any further ado, let's get into it. Like I said, she is a void attack-based champion. She is of the High Elf faction. She is the legendary version of the starter. I like the way that her model looks. Her blue eyes there are piercing. Did y'all see what I just now did there with that pun? Huh? Did you see that? Did you see that? Look at this. Look at this arrow. Look at this bow. Tell me that doesn't look piercing. Looks piercing to me. She's got those stylish boots. I'm still not sure how practical high heels are, but no, what can you do? She's got the gold trimmed cape. She has all of this jewelry in her hair. I don't think that I don't know if Elhaine could figure out if she's going to a party or going to a battlefield. I mean, no, y'all tell me. I think the jewelry's over the top, but all in all, though, her model looks really good. Very satisfied with it. I mean, Plarium always does a great looking job with their champions, though. I mean, that's one thing you cannot criticize them on. So that is enough about her aesthetics. Let's look at the gear I've got her in. As y'all can see, I've got her in crit damage, and I've got her in cruel, and I've got one just broken set because I'm just, again, prioritizing stats over sets. I say this over and over and over and over again. Prioritize your stats on your champions over the sets that you put them in. Stats in this game are king. I'll say it again. Prioritize stats over sets. And speaking of stats, let's just go ahead and jump in and let's take a look and see how she is built. She has 100 accuracy. Don't care about her accuracy at all. I've got her running at 307% crit damage. I've got her going at 221 speed. Her defense is non-existent. Her attack is 5,058. And her hit points are 30,051. Now let's just go ahead and look at her skills, and then we'll go in and we'll look at her masteries. Whoops. So she has a plus 30% attack in all battles aura, which is very nice, especially for an attack-based champion. Her A1, Exemplar of Strikes. This is the skill that has the ability to transfer a random debuff. I don't care about it. I do not have any accuracy built into my Supreme Elhaine. I do not care. I want her to do one thing and one thing only, and that one thing is to kill pixels. So all those books, and of course, whenever I was building her out, the first 4 books all went into her A1. I mean, what can you do, right? That said, it's not a waste. She hits freaking hard. So she attacks one enemy 2 times. Each hit transfers a random debuff from this champion to the target. Okay, fine, whatever, don't care. Let None Live. This is on a 3-turn cooldown when booked. Attacks all enemies. Damage increases by 10% for each debuff on each target. Resets the cooldown of the crack shot skill if this attack kills an enemy. Run her on a team that puts out a lot of debuffs and watch the carnage ensue. It's hilarious as hell. Her A3, Crack Shot. This is on a 4-turn cooldown when booked. Attacks one enemy. Will ignore ally protection, strengthen, and shield buffs. Grants an extra turn if this attack kills an enemy. So in effect, what this does, this actually, if she kills someone, will have a 3-turn cooldown, in which case she'll then go into her A2, which then resets the ability on the A3. So the synergy there is really nice. Supreme Elhaine's able to snowball pretty freaking good. I like her a lot. Good champion. Let's look at her passive. Implacable. Immune to decreased attack debuffs. increases 20% more damage against targets whose attack is lower than this champion's attack. The second part is kind of situational, especially in the arena. Don't really know what you're going up against. That being said, it's pretty safe to assume that a defensive-based champion or support-based champion has a lower attack than your Supreme Elhaine. So you get a little bit of an extra oomph added onto that, especially if you're building her in a speed new comp and you got debuffs out there, because those multipliers will stack on top of each other. For Masteries for Supreme Elhaine, I've got her going on the defense tree. Again, the debuff transfer on the A1, I don't give a crap about it. Do not care. Makes no difference to me. I've got her going down to Retribution. I also went with the Blast Proof just to try and give her a little bit of extra survivability. I went with Resurgent, and I went with Delayed Death. Again, just try and just keep her up. She's very fragile. Supreme Elhaine will fall over in a gentle summer breeze if she's not well protected. And then I went down to Retribution. For the offense tree, conventional wisdom, and I may still change my mind on this, is to go down to Helm Smasher. However, am trying something else, because the way that you get that extra damage off of her passive and off of that A3, I want to see how well Flawless Execution does. I went this way to get the extra 20% crit damage, especially since I'm not running her in Savage. I just want to see just how hard I can make her hit and how viable she's going to be, especially against Ultimate Death Knight. I want to see how she's able to deal with him with that annoying passive where he always takes that first hit. So you go in against him with the arena, open up with A3, it doesn't matter who you're hitting, you're going to hit that sod first. If he's in Stone Skin, it'd be a problem because you're not going to kill him. However, if he's not in Stone Skin, or if you get lucky, you just blow through it and you one-shot him, you pretty much win the fight this way. I went down to Methodical because she has the double hitter on the A1. I went with Blood Shield because, hey, why not? It was in the way. I went with Cycle of Violence just to get a chance to get a skill cooldown. I went with Whirlwind of Death. I think y'all see the theme here. I went with Bring It Down. I went with Single Out. I went with Whirlwind of Death. I think I already mentioned that one. Yeah, I did. And Shield Breaker again because even though she's ignoring shields, this mastery still works. So you do extra damage just because the shield is there. You gotta love it. I like the way that her kit works. So let's just go ahead and hop into a dungeon. Let's do a damage test, and I will be right back. Okay, so here we are. We are in Dragon 20. We've got Yumiko in the lead just to reset abilities. We have got Lydia for defense down and weaken. We've got Arbiter for the attack up. We've got Supreme Elhaine, and then she is going to be going against Alika to kind of just test damage. Anyone who watches this channel, anyone who's been following us for a long time, y'all know that Alika is a absolute monster, and so I want to use her as the I don't know. I mean, I guess you can say the metric for just raw damage that we're able to do. So let's go in here. Just going to slow everything down. Okay, we got the attack up. Don't care about Yumiko's A2 or A3 right now. Let's just cycle through. Defense down and weaken. Now here we're going to open up with the A1 for Supreme Elhaine. Just a reminder. Hits one enemy 2 times. About 90k. Very respectable A1. Now for Alika, let's go ahead and do her A1. So she has a 50% chance of hitting an enemy a second time with her A1. So let's just go ahead and hit this horde in here in the middle. Very similar. So that is not bad at all. Let's go ahead and just go on through. Cycle through again. Okay, now right here is where Supreme Elhaine could get an advantage. Let's go and open up with the A3. Let's see here. Let's hit this apothecary here in the middle. If she kills him, she'll get an extra turn. I'm not going to use her. I'm not going to use this against any of the enemies that's already weakened because it would be unfair. So let's just go ahead and hit this apothecary. 149k. That is not bad. Okay, now here we are with Alika. We're going to use her single target nuke right now. Attacks one enemy, ignores 50% of their defense. Let's go ahead and smack. 192k. So Alika's A2 does hit harder. That being said, Supreme Elhaine will get an extra turn if her A3, her single target nuke, kills someone. Let's go ahead and take this guy out. Let's just go ahead and cycle on through. Slow down this Tyrell. Let's do the AoE. About 90k. We will use Alika's A3 once we get back to the next stage there. Lydia's skill should be off cooldown now. Here we go. Defense down and weakened. Got the attack up. Let's go ahead and try this again. Let's try crack shot against this Horden over here on the far right. Why not? Why not? Let's do it. Crack shot. 171k that time. Very nice. Okay, so now we're going to use Alika's A3. Just a reminder, Supreme Elhaine, her A3 did about 90k on the last run. Let's go ahead and see how this goes. 116 to 100k. So not bad at all. Right now, these two are neck and neck. And I think the biggest reason for that is because Supreme Elhaine, she's not able to cycle through her skills right now. And a lot of that's just because I'm not letting her pick on the weaker enemies here. So let's go ahead and just use this. This will reset her crack shot cooldown. And that time she hit for 150k on the far left. Yeah, I mean, these two are just both hitting freaking hard. And one thing I got to admit, it surprises me how Alika, a force-based epic, a Force Affinity epic, is able to play in the same league as a Void Legendary nuker. Now, am I saying that Supreme Elhaine will outdamage Alika or vice versa? I'm not sure, but most likely, especially since Supreme Elhaine is able to reset her skills and Alika can't. But, and this is a big but, the fact that Alika can be spoken of in the same breath as Supreme Elhaine is freaking impressive. Okay, so let's see how this goes. Okay, so Supreme Elhaine came in at 1.6 million damage, and Alika came in at just under 1.9 million damage. Now, again, that was me, part of that just cycling through the skills, and we're going to do this run again on full auto. I'm going to see how this thing goes, but this is what I'm talking about. Alika hits like a freaking truck. Okay, so here we go. We're going to replay it on auto, and I'm going to shut up and let's see what happens. Okay, there we have it. So on a full auto run without any manipulation from yours truly, Supreme Elhaine came in at 1.9 million damage and Alika came in at 1.7. Again, I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it. Supreme Elhaine hits like a freaking truck, and you're seeing where those masteries come in. The way that she's able to get extra speed whenever she kills an enemy is very, very helpful. That just helps her cycle through her skills that much quicker. Her A3 giving her an extra turn, her A2 resetting her A3 makes her a powerhouse. She's a void legendary, and she should be out damaging an epic, and she did here. But the fact that Alika can be spoken in the same breath as her talks about how good that epic champion is. Let's take a look at this. Crit rate, crit damage. We'll keep it. We'll see how this rolls. If this all rolls in the crit rate, we'll keep it. If it doesn't, we're going to sell it. Now, here is where things are going to get really interesting. Supreme Elhaine screams arena. So let's see how she does in the arena, shall we? We are in Gold 5. Let's go ahead and switch over to the team here. We will definitely go first. We should be able to win this handedly. Let's see. Then we'll go through. Let's see if we can find some more difficult teams to go up against. Let's just see how hard she hits. Defense down, weaken, crack shot, gets the extra turn, comes in, and not a problem. Now let's go in and find a more difficult team. Let's go against Alex right here. So I can pretty much guarantee you that they are running Stone Skin on that Ultimate Death Knight. If Supreme Elhaine does not one-shot this team, we are going to lose. I can 100% guarantee it. We're going to die because their Yumiko is going to turn us off. So let's see what happens. We go first. Oh, no Stone Skin. Okay. And they're running a shield. Shield Breaker goes in. Get the proc. Now right here is where things are going to get dicey. They've got the block damage up. But I think, though, it's not going to matter too much. We're just going to cycle through. They don't have any damage. Their Mighty Uko was the problem. This is just going to be slow at this point. Let's see. Straight up surprised that they were not running Stone Skin on that team. I fully expected that to happen. When we went in there, we saw those shields. Because that shield breaker, I knew we were going to have it all our own way. Then the fact that she opens up with her A3, we got debuffs that are down. She gets that extra damage multiplier with it. That worked out pretty sweet. Okay, let's go against this Duchess. This team should be tough. She should open up with her A3 again. Let's see what happens. They're running 3 Rezzers, and they got Trunda for DPS. Okay, so we go first. Here we go, slap. No, she opened up with her A2. That was surprising. I fully expected her to open up with her A3. Okay, that's fine. She did enough damage. Duchess's passive was not able to save them. And, I mean, here we go. She comes in at 243,000 damage. Now, granted, Sacred Orbs, let's see, probably newer. I can guarantee I've got better gear than him, which is why that happened. Let's refresh. Let's just kind of go down the list here. This is where she's going to be playing for you the most. And like I said, Supreme Elhaine's weakness is Stone Skin. If she opens up that A3 and she does not kill someone, that's it. You're screwed. Let's see what happens here. Got Shield Breaker going to be coming into play. Crack Shot took out the Dracomorph, and then we come in for the AoE. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Let's go here. Same thing as before. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. They got shields. They're small. They got that Shield Breaker passive. Okay, so she just one-shot the Ray, took the extra turn, and blew everyone up. That's what you like to see. Let's go ahead and... Now, Rotos is a problem because you can't one-shot him. And if someone builds a Rotos the right way, he'll take that A3, and then you're screwed. So try to avoid Rotos if you're rocking him. Let's see this team right here. This one should be juicy. Okay, no Stone Skin again. Don't know a Tomb Lord is here. There's Crack Shot. See, the Ultimate Death Knight, he just redirected. She killed him. Supreme Elhaine then took the extra turn and bodied the enemy team. This will be the last one that we do, as we are out of coins. So we go first, put one to sleep, or not to sleep, slow them all down, and then we blow them up. And then Anithwi gets feared. Morrigan, y'all, love her. Absolutely love Morrigan. I hope that y'all did her Halloween fusion, because she's a great champion. Okay, y'all, so final thoughts on Supreme Elhaine. She is a lot of fun. She is a fun champion, not gonna lie. She's void, so she can play in any dungeon in the game. She hits freaking hard. Her kit screams arena, but she does not have to only be used in the arena. You can use her in any dungeon in the game. That being said, if you use her in Ice Golem, be careful, because she can and will trigger those Retribution procs from the Ice Golem, and she can get your entire team one shot. Fire Knight for her is kind of difficult because everything except for their A1 is a single hitter. That being said, it's really kind of fun watching her nuke the ever-living dog crap out of the Fire Knight, because again, keep in mind her A3 scales with the number of debuffs on the Fire Knight. Well, because he's not taking a turn, she can hit him for like 300k. It's disgusting. I'm not going to show you all that here because, to be honest with you, the video is already going kind of long, and I have to get back to work because I am making, yet again, another video on my lunch break here at the office. Well, y'all, on that note, PutinBot, your favorite bot, I'm going to go away now. If y'all like this video, please do me a favor. Gently caress that like button. Maybe give it a small basket of flowers. And then what I'd really like for you to do is just hammer that subscribe button. Just force crush it if you are a Star Wars fan. If you're not a Star Wars fan, or if you're just a more gentle person, if you're a pacifist, just give that subscribe button a love tap. I would appreciate it. We are almost at 500 subscribers as of the time of this video. I would appreciate your support. And as always, thank you very much for watching. I am going out now. Have a great week. Bye-bye.